Grand Rising, everybody. This is Dice Game G coming back here on the We Are VishusTv. How's y'all doing? First thing, before we go into this live stream, and this live stream is called Don't Y'all See the Script? Remember, this is all scripted, down to football, basketball, even music industry, even actors, they all actors basically. You know what I'm saying? This war we witnessing right now with Iran, it's all scripts. Grand Rising, everybody. This is Dice Game G coming back here on the We Are VishusTv. How's y'all doing? First thing, before we go into this live stream, and this live stream is called Don't Y'all See the Script? Remember, this is all scripted, down to football, basketball, even music industry, even actors, they all actors basically. You know what I'm saying? This war we witnessing right now with Iran, it's all scripts. And I'm finna show you, I'm finna prove to y'all in this live right here. Before we go into it, I want to thank Alexis K. Tyler for sharing that last video on YouTube that I done with her, you know what I'm saying, her live stream with Annabelle, because when she shared it, she got us more subscribers, and I want to thank her, and I want to thank all the people that subscribed. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be mad. You sure ain't gonna regret it. You know what I'm saying, for subscribing to our channel, because we're gonna go in long and wide on YouTube. Because you know we've been, your boy been brought down, been deleted off YouTube. You know, ever since the Obama administration. You know, even not Obama administration, but the last fake administration with Joe Biden and Kamala. You know what I'm saying? We were heavy censored. You know, right now we still under scrutiny, under shadow banning, you know what I mean? And you give us your time, give us 6 months to a year, you're gonna see how genuine me and Dickie Jr. is, and We Are VishusTv, because like I said, we move by the spirit, you know, and we do our channels, we do our content. Grand Rising, everybody. This is Dice Game G coming back here on the We Are VishusTv. How's y'all doing? First thing, before we go into this live stream, and this live stream is called Don't Y'all See the Script? Remember, this is all scripted, down to football, basketball, even music industry, even actors, they all actors basically. You know what I'm saying? This war we witnessing right now with Iran, it's all scripts. And I'm finna show you, I'm finna prove to y'all in this live right here. Before we go into it, I want to thank Alexis K. Tyler for sharing that last video on YouTube that I done with her, you know what I'm saying, her live stream with Annabelle, because when she shared it, she got us more subscribers, and I want to thank her, and I want to thank all the people that subscribed. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be mad. You sure ain't gonna regret it. You know what I'm saying, for subscribing to our channel, because we're gonna go in long and wide on YouTube. Because you know we've been, your boy been brought down, been deleted off YouTube. You know, ever since the Obama administration. You know, even not Obama administration, but the last fake administration with Joe Biden and Kamala. You know what I'm saying? We were heavy censored. You know, right now we still under scrutiny, under shadow banning, you know what I mean? and you give us your time. Please give us 6 months to a year. You're gonna see how genuine me and Dickie Jr. is, and we are VishusTv, because like I said, we move by the Spirit, and we do our channels, we do our content from the heart. And yes, we share other people's content, because a lot of people just like us, they are chosen ones, they are light workers. They want to put out their message too, because the ancestors have been speaking to it, but they've been heavily demonetized, heavily, under scrutiny with this censorship, with these platforms, because we told you, them shape-shifting reptilians on these platforms. We told you this. And now everybody's seeing the scripts. Everybody's seeing the truth. And now as we keep going on and posting and doing lives, y'all gonna see it. Y'all gonna see we are genuine folks. Y'all gonna see we are genuine. We told you, when you see all them people that, especially in a fake-ass administration last time when Joe Biden was in, and people was posting and they was up to 300, 400,000 subscribers. They work with an agency, you know what I mean? And they've been told what to say, and they were told what not to say. I'm telling you, we ain't like that. We ain't controlled like that. We trying to deprogram from the programs they've been putting. If you come to our live tonight, I'm gonna explain myself what I mean about deprogramming. You know what I mean? Because you gotta deprogram it. Because when we was in school, that was our programming. They was trying to get us to walk and talk and speak like them. How to, put down the, presentation just like them. So I'll explain myself more when I go to this live today. And this live is the script. Remember, this is all the script. This is all the shit show, all the stage show, and we told you so. I'm Dice Game G. Enjoy this episode.
And rallying against a U.S. war with Iran, we spoke to a protester just after those strikes were announced. Take a listen.
What the United States has done is attack Iranian sovereignty, and has basically said that they are starting war with Iran, trying to recklessly start a regional war within the area to continue destabilizing the region. We're out here today to stay hands off of Iran. We don't agree, and we demand for the United States to fully pull out of its imperialist agenda of Iran.
We also spoke to an Iranian American in Little Tehran near Westwood. She said she and her family are in support of a regime change in Iran.
Iran is a threat to Middle Eastern countries, and I'm very happy about this, what happened. And if President Trump is going to stop making Iran from making nuclear and atomic bomb, this should 100% happen.
I know y'all saying, damn, Dice, you reaching. You know what I'm saying? I wish I was reaching, because a lot of these people be some crisis actors. And I know a lot of people know about what I'm talking about crisis actors, because they love to, pay these people to come out and say, the opposite, the total opposite of what's going on, so they can confuse people. And I'm telling you, look at these people's eyes. Their eyes look like they've been reading dummy cards or some type of, they are reading because they pause for a second, and you don't gotta do look at their eyes. You know what I mean? So, like I said, we've been doing this for over 2 decades, exposing those crisis actors and people they use to, read off script. I'm telling you, this is all a script that we are witnessing down this fake baloney war that we witnessing. And then they use old footages from previous wars to show us, to make us think that they in war right now, but they not. I'm telling you, this is all a script. Look at these people. Don't be fooled by these people. These people are crisis actors. They use them, they pay them just to lie. You know what I'm saying? We've been told lies all our life, and now we are witnessing the biggest lie right now that we are facing in world history is about us black people being from Africa and we're not from Africa. Like I said, all this stuff is coming out right now, and we witness it. Please don't fall for the dirty tricks, and all this shit is being exposed right now, and we're gonna expose here on We Are Vicious TV. And like I said, this is the script, everybody. And look at this fake felonious, bomb they dropped. I'm telling you, most of these will be old footages, yo. I'm telling you, don't fall for the script, because this is scripted, and it's all going through fake news. CNN, NBC, Fox News. Yeah, Fox is fake too. I'm just saying, we putting it out here. I'm Dice Game T here on We Are Vicious TV. Make sure you like, share this longer. While we going into this live, I'm telling you, it's gonna be entertaining. And so please stay and listen. And I'm out.
Yeah, sorry about that. We've been having some technical difficulties, and then too, this that video right
Vicious
there.
TV, Wow Vicious Network. We are Vicious TV. We are Vicious TV. Yo, welcome everybody. This is Dice Game T coming back here for another commercial, another break, another ad. This is 2025. We doing it live, Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. We are Vicious TV. Subscribe to our Rumble channel. We are Vicious TV. Also, go to Big Shoot, Dice Game 615. We are Vicious TV. We done crossed 1,000 subscribers. Yes, we doing it live and lit in the 2025. Please show us some love. Me and Dickie Jr., we want to go and live stream on, YouTube. We only got 36 subscribers. Please go to YouTube and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that like button after you view one of them videos, or them shorts. I'm telling them shorts be live and lit. We doing it big here. On Raw Vicious Network. That's what we're gonna be changing to. And I hope I see and hear from everybody. Make sure you hit that comment. Please hit that comment. We want to hear from you. Please, join us on Telegram as well as We Are Vicious TV and Dickie and Dice Game Show. We doing it big, yo. And get ready. All the truth is gonna be revealed.
Trust. I'm so turned up. Murphys real nigga, baddest grilla earn bucks. I'm a gorilla, I kill you for my turn, cuz I hop up in that Chevy riding heavy burn.
Now back to our presentation.
Yeah, sorry about that. You know what I mean? And I'm coming back and looking at what I did this previous video y'all just seen it. That was kind of a rush job because, like I said, I was at work at the time. Like I said, Geminis, we multitastic. We like to, sometimes we get it right, sometimes we get it, half-assed. But for a person that do what I do and stay on the move a lot, and I work, I got a big family, massive family. We go through we've been going through a lot here lately, but not more tainted to us. It's just it's always outside family. You know what I mean? So my family, we are great. We help each other out. We come together. And basically, if anybody have a problem, we all come in together and we come together and fix it. You know what I mean? So. But I'm sorry about that because we're going through technical difficulties. I'm doing it awfully early in the morning. I mean, in the a.m. I'm still trying to do program from all these, for the English language. We already know we hearing it. The English language is spellcasting. But this video here, this live, and I'm so happy that this is the first, video that we're gonna be streaming here on YouTube. I want to appreciate Alessia K. Tyler for sharing that other video. You know what I mean? I kind of like put some type of content with her, with her live streams, because I'm telling you, the stuff she talks about, the stuff she lays out for us. You know what I mean? This is what she see. You know what I'm saying? She's a psychic, and people want to doubt psychics. People don't want to think this psychics are real. People can really talk to the spirit talk to, people on the other side. It's so real. It's so true. I'm just saying. If people don't want to believe it, you don't have to believe it. You know what I mean? We're not trying to force you to believe it, or, trying to push it down your throat. You know what I mean? Because we ain't got nothing to prove to you. We ain't got nothing to prove. The only thing you got to do is take our word for it, and just pay attention, especially when she predict things, or saying this is what that people saying in the spirit, on the other side, and you see the things that is happening. You know what I mean? So it's hard to say this person is not, having these experiences, because we all have different experiences. We have our own, way of perceiving things. You know, everybody don't receive things the same way, see the same way, or agree on the same way, on the same things and the same way. So you can't say these people is not having these experiences. And especially stuff I've been hearing from the early, 2 decades ago. And he and Alexis K. Tyler, put, a lot of information out from other people on the other side than, than had physically died. And like I said, it's no death. You know what I mean? And I do believe that. Like I said, I have my experience not with death, but the soul leaving the body, astral traveling. You know what I mean? I believe in the spirit world, and I know the spirit world believe in us. See what I'm saying? It just, the point is, when people, keep themselves in a box, or people listen to others and take others, people, uh, uh, information and run with it, instead of you getting a full understanding for yourself. People like to, do that, and I don't understand that, because I feel, I feel that, if I'm gonna talk about something or put something out, I'm gonna have to feel it, and I'm gonna have to know that, is this or is there. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna be, just, taking people word for it without researching. I'm just gonna put it like that. But a lot of these people, coming out with information like Alexis K. Tyler, Rod Hayes, B. Dale, and so on. And when they talk about information, when they talk about history, talk about, the stuff that we never heard about, and me being who I am, and being, connected to the spirit, listen to the spirit, listen to my higher self, go into, meditation, and the stuff that I get, old through the years, before I knew anything about Rod Hayes and Alexis K. Tyler. A lot of the information was flooding to me, and spirit was speaking to me, and I see the war in space, or a war above the dome. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff that I witnessed myself, and went and have and got experiences. And I was wondering all my life, if it is a lot of this stuff that I was experiencing, do it really plays out in our future. And now, coming up on these people, now I'm learning that of information that's come from these people like Rod Hayes or Alexis K. Tyler. A lot of stuff they say, a lot of stuff they put out, I done heard back 2 decades ago. I was hearing about a lot of this stuff about what I'm saying, the Moors and reptilians, and all this stuff that's really leaking out, and people really, paying is really, is doing their research and educating themselves on. Because some of these people, and a lot of these young folks that come out, like BDL, he's very young, and when I got into my awakening, it was over 2 decades ago. You know what I'm saying? Guys like him was probably still in elementary school. But I'm telling you, these young people now, they growing up now, they really educating themselves, and they really reading, and they really getting the messages. And and I'm so proud of that, because on my awakening, it wasn't too many people that was really, talking about this or putting this information out. I was figuring I was by myself in this, but now I see, it was a lot of people like me was really going into, really educating themselves about what's going on, because them schools is not it. Because I was wondering, was I, slow? Was it because I would put in some what they call slow class or resource classes back then, you know, and but I thought I was slow. Then I found out, a lot of this shit wasn't, it was all to build to brainwash you, condition you, turning you in what they want you to be. You know what I'm saying? This is all conditioning. So now when I learned that, now I didn't feel so bad. You know what I mean? Because I can't, really bring in and really just go into that bullshit lie they like to tell all this time. So, but I don't want to diverse from what what I'm supposed to go into. Like I said, this has been a long night for me. I've been working and coming home from work now. I was supposed to do this like a couple of days ago, but I'm going to do it now because, like I said, this is the first time we've been streaming. We streaming it on YouTube. Just bear with me because I'm gonna go into it. Tonight's topic or today's topic, because it's all a script. It's all a script. And you look at, that video I just played, it was kind of a rush job, you know what I mean? Because like I said, I was at work and I was dabbling on my phone because that's what I do. A lot of these videos on my phone, especially these long videos. I be having an hour and, hour and a half videos, and I do it on my phone. So I know a lot of people like, damn, you do this on your phone? Yes, I do it on my phone. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't have a laptop right now. I don't have no computer. I've been working on my phone for the last, 3 or 4 years. Like I said, it's been working for me. So I'm going to keep doing it, but I'm going to get there because, like I said, we are building our studios up. We're building it up. So I'm going to keep everybody informed about that. When we get to a point that we get to finish, you'll know it. You'll see the content. But we on the script, now I got to get settled down. I've been walking. Like I said, I walk about 4 miles, over 4 miles a day, So now I got to get settled down. Now I want to get back into this live. You know what I'm saying? Just bear with me. But this is a script. I know a lot of y'all know this. I know a lot of people done seen it. They see it. You know, this phony baloney war that nobody know why we won. You know what I mean? They just give you some shit and they want you to just believe it. Now I ain't saying that the military ain't doing anything. I ain't saying these people is not getting on flights and shit and going over to Iran and going over to Israel. I'm not saying that. This is what I'm saying, that this stage show that we are witnessing, and they telling us this is for this, is for this, and for this, but it's not. It's not going on. And then on top of that, a lot of these videos they show you now is AI, artificial intelligence. You know what I'm saying? And like that woman said in that video that I posted, and she was saying, she seen the soldiers saying, yeah, we got them now. There ain't no more nukes and stuff like that. Like she said, that was AI. You see how good AI look? You see how they got it? You know what I'm saying? It looks so real. You know what I mean? So now we got to decode that shit. Not knowing that we've been hearing about HARP. You know what I mean? And we've been hearing about what they doing with CERN. You know, I'm just saying we in a shit show. This is a shit show, and I just I've been saying that for so long. These fake ass news, CNN, MSNBC, all that letters of the alphabet. You know what I'm saying? Them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? They the one who push out the lies and keep the public in disarray and keep us. And ain't nothing uplifting on the news. Ain't nothing. Ain't nothing most positive. They might throw one little segment in and like a bunny rabbit. Look at this bunny rabbit. This rabbit looks so good and it's bouncing and it's feeding. Some bullshit like that. Shit is not going to help humanity. Just saying. They keep us, in this, what I'm saying? Like I told people, this pasture. This is all the pasture. We grazing in the pasture like horses and pigs and cows and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know about the ice wall and shit. You know about all that shit. You know what I mean? And I'll be like, yo, we give it to you raw, real, and unedited. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to break the programming. I've been breaking the programming, because it takes a long time, to break the programming and the way they teach you, how they teach you, the way you say words, the way I'm trying to break all that shit. I'm not claiming none of that shit. So if you don't like coming to a real raw and unedited, channel, keep on pushing. You know what I mean? Because right now, if we fighting for our lives, well, hell, I'm gonna go out with a bang. You know what I mean? With no fear, and they know they feel my frequency. You know what I mean? Because this not this. I've been doing this for a long time. You know what I mean? They know who to fuck with and who not to fuck with. I say that all the time. You know what I mean? I can bring a lot of people up here to tell you who I talk to on a day-to-day basis, and they tell you. You know what I'm saying? I don't change, and I'm still staying the same. But we in this shit show, in the stage show. Look at it, you know. And I wanted to go back to the movies. The movies show you everything they do, everything. Not just the movies, these television shows and shit they coming out with now. They show you. They showing you. Like I was looking at a movie last night when they got vampires in California. You know what I'm saying? They was they was basically they kept it under wraps, and they had a truth. And one of the members of the family, what I'm saying, they the covenant basically, they pretty much broke the truth. You know, you can't be feasting over on this side of town or this side of on this side you can't can't be drinking nobody blood over here. And they broke the truth. You know what I'm saying? It was on for they've been having that truth for hundreds of years, and they finally broke it. And stuff like that, when they come up with movies and shit like that, don't think this shit ain't possible, or this shit ain't happen, because I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying. This world is real fucked up. I'm just telling you. So you got to keep an open mind on this, because you don't get up every day and you on a certain frequency. You go to work, go to your friend's house, and boom, you do this, and then you come back home. Shit, you on a steady frequency. You know, so you might not have it. You seeing all that stuff in your world, but I'm pulling you because you don't see it. Don't mean it's not going on. I'm just saying. I'm just putting out some shit for you. You know what I'm saying? Because now we in that time we've been waiting for. You know, them last days, what they say, or them last, and you gonna see a lot of infighting, murder, famine. That shit is here now. This ain't, and we've been hearing about it, especially y'all Bible thumpers. Y'all been reading your Bible, supposed to be in Sunday school, and y'all read about certain sections of the Bible, especially Revelation. A lot of people say, "Well, Revelation is the one that scared me," but I didn't ever. It never scared me. I always wondered, and always, want to figure out more, you know. But now the shit I've been getting for these last 2 decades, sometimes I'll be like, damn, I don't know why I even, bother with this. But for real, you know what I'm saying? You have to know. You have to know. And we never know what's, that time coming, but you can see we approaching it, and you see it, more stuff happen every day. You see more fucked up, the world is getting, you know. You see what's planes going down left and right. You hearing about this fake news. They've been lying to us since day one. They've been keeping us, in the dark, since day one. Now we learning about all, other stuff, extraterrestrials, things that it's dimensional. Now we learning about more of ourselves now. All this stuff that you was taught that it was evil and taught that you should stay away from. It's a reason why they tell you that. It's a reason. It's a reason. And it's for their benefit. It's not for yours. I'm just saying. I wasn't meant to do this live long, but I just want to keep, people, you know, just planting the seeds and people keep on, realizing, this is a stage show. This is all scripted out. You know what I mean? It's all been, written already, you know. So it's gonna play out. But it's not gonna play out like they think it is. You know what I mean? Especially when you see the masses is waking it up. And like I said, Spirit been telling me for a long time that people's gonna wake up and people gonna really, it's gonna really, not work in their favor. And it's not. And now that's what I'm saying. You seeing all this stuff now progressing with this fucking stage show. You seeing them, they trying to go into this World War IV. You know what I mean? Because you know what I'm saying, they just keep on trying to really, get get this shit, on the way, but you gotta look at it. We not buying it. We not buying it no more. So, but as we go on and as we see this stage show, I told you get your popcorn, sit back and get ready. Because you know what I'm saying, we finna, they gonna put on the best, horror movie, science fiction movie that you can ever see. And you gonna have front row seats. I mean, you can play a major part in this shit too. I'm just saying, we are in it. This is all script. This is all a stage show. Like I said, the fake news is playing this out to the T. They know they not. They know they really don't get any ratings. So I'm just saying, you see all this corruption going on. You see all this shit that's been playing along, and every day as we go through this, and you see more, our people really, it's like you seeing planes going down. You seeing, our kids is really, losing it because, yeah, man, it's just so much shit going on. And like I said, for being the first of the live on YouTube, I mean, I've been, me and Dick have been working so long to trying to, come out and really, push our message, but finding out that we've been, uh, they've been keeping our content, keeping us tucked back. And, we've been working so hard to keep it. We ain't gonna stop. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep flowing along. But as I try to, like I said, trying to deprogram from all this shit that they trying to embed into my frequency for all these years. Now more that when I get it out now, I'm seeing more and I'm feeling the divine spirit, and I'm feeling a lot right now. But it's good. It's real good. So I've been trying to manifest what I want, and I'm gonna keep staying in tune and keep on that same frequency. So as we going through this script, this stage show that we're witnessing, I mean, shit. I mean, it's so many lives, and so many, shows, and so many, podcast shows. Me and Dick have been doing. Sometimes I kind of sit back and just think about, you know, don't. Sometimes I don't know what to get on. Sometimes because it's so much shit. It's so much shit that that I done have privilege of knowing all over these years, and I'm like, wow, this shit is unbearable. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes. But now, watch this summer, and I know everybody been hearing that this is gonna be a one crazy ass summer. We already into the summer, but it's gonna be real fucking crazy. We seeing everything going up. We told you to watch everybody same way. Donald Trump. You know, I've been speaking the same way about Donald Trump for years. You know, we gotta see and stick it with Donald Trump because Donald Trump was gonna come out and expose this shit. And I ain't saying him per se. I'm just saying how he's moving, what agenda he's on. I told you he's a Mason. You know what I'm saying? He know the order. You know, but we would be better with Donald Trump than we would with Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden and shit because they was finna tear this motherfucker. You see how you know how downward spell the country was when Joe Biden was in. So Hillary would have been woo, yeah, Hillary would burn this motherfucker up. Just saying, you know. But now everybody's feeling like now, especially the ones who voted for Donald Trump, because all these, you know, especially these the illegals really, they're not illegal, but the Latinos really, you know, they voted for him. And now they saying, well, I should have voted for him because this. Come on, man. You know, we got to put some common sense in this too. You know what I mean? Because when the Democrats came in, they flooded, you know, all these, these illegals in here. You know our laws. You know what I'm saying? So we don't need to go back to that. You know what I'm saying? People seem like that's why I said this whole fucking country and this world done gone fully retard. Just saying. You want to cancel that word, but I told you we real raw and unedited. We don't give a flying flip what you think. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people really want to get up here and want to change folks, change how people say things and change fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? I don't try to control you, don't try to control me. It's as simple as that. But I'm just saying, this shit is gone fucking full retard. It is. You know what I mean? So what I've been hearing over here lately, and when they talking about these illegals, yeah, I mean, you knew our laws from day one. And you know what I'm saying, that when they opened the borders up and let these people in, knowing we couldn't afford them and trying to, feed and clothe them and house them either. We couldn't even really hardly do that for ourselves. So why we want to, bring these folks in? I'm just saying, just saying. Because I mean, what I've been hearing about it into Latinos was I don't know who told them this, and I told you this. I knew our government was telling these folks something, was lying to these folks, but still, you know what I mean. Out of all these generations, what got them thinking that Black Americans were immigrants? You know, I'm just saying, has we gone full retard in this some bitch? How much, how long this information out for everybody to knew what our ancestors went through, what we went through for all this time. First thing first, I don't claim Africa. I know I'm not from Africa. I knew my family is not from Africa. Now you want to go way back? Yes, a lot of, what I'm saying, our ancestors migrated from Africa to over here. But this was way before Christopher Columbus. Just saying. If you don't know that, you need to go and do your research. Like I said, this shit, they've been whitewashing our history for far too long. And now we are waking up and we seeing it, you know. And I never claimed that Africa story. Ever since I was a young shouty, when I was a young man, young boy, I never bought into that story. You know, you may think I'm lying. They were saying, you can go ask people that know me. I never put on no dashiki. I never put on no African pennant and saying I'm from never, because I never felt that in my spirit. So, and when people go do your research on how many supposed to be fucking boats that came over here with millions of, you know, Africans. Cause I'm gonna put it like that. I haven't seen no proof of that at all. And I did my research. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just gonna tell the truth. Dane Calloway, he, you know what I'm saying? I always had that feeling before I heard of Dane Calloway. But Dane Calloway put the icing on the cake for me. Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? We got to give it up to that man. You know what I'm saying? Dane Calloway. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be in the history books. I'm just gonna put it like that. He's gonna be in the history books. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying he's a legend already in the making. And a lot of people here now of lately now has been coming out with these information and been speaking out and been really dropping the information. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be our new forefathers. And I was saying I'm so proud of a lot of them for real. Because like I said, I thought I was by myself learning and really trying to code all the messages and stuff. And now finding out a lot of, stuff that I can confirm myself is the truth. You know, I feel very good that now we are moving into the right spaces. But we know, you know what I'm saying, before, it's get worse before it get better. So I'm just saying we gotta brace ourselves because we finna go on a massive ride now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna put it like this, if I don't make it through, like I said, of this ride we finna go on, I'm gonna put it like this. You know what I'm saying? I've been really trying to, get my family together and we come together. But if I had to leave here, I'm gonna leave here fighting. I'm gonna leave here on these 2 feet. And I ain't gonna be on my knees. I'm just saying. But as we go into, we keep hearing about, Iran and all this shit, you know what I'm saying? This shit is scripted. This is all the scripts. You know what I mean? So people, embrace yourselves. We finna go into, a lot of shit is finna, come through, especially in this country. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of shit that's finna, because it's a lot of people really in this low vibrational, frequency. A lot of families and shit is infighting and even killing each other. It's been a lot been going on all these these last 20 years, and we've been hearing stuff that we never thought we was gonna hear and we was gonna experience. But it's like I said, we at that point now. Like I said, what we've been hearing about, this this big event. I've been hearing about this big event and the mass awakening. So that's what we having, a mass awakening, and we gonna see who's been, what I'm saying, working and really been hurting humanity, hurting us for all this time. Like I told you, the truth is finna come out 2025. So as I'm finna end this live, but I will be back today. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm kind of tired. Like I said, I had to, drop this because I've been, this has been a speeding job on this live right here because, I said I've been putting in, been putting in them hours this week. So, but when I come back and, on the next live, believe me, you know what I'm saying, we finna go really into this. I just want to just put this, plant the seed today. You know what I mean? So I love y'all. Thank y'all for subscribing. Thank y'all for being there. Thank y'all for, what all y'all do, all y'all support, you know what I'm saying? So you gonna see, you know what I'm saying, the genuine coming off this channel. Because we are genuine and we massively, you know what I'm saying, show a lot of love, you know what I mean? Because that's what we need. We need that godly frequency, to make it through this time now. So as we come back, me and my brother Dickie gonna come back and like he's supposed to been, coming up with, some topics that we need to discuss. But, he gonna call me back, and I'm gonna post it and post the time when we're gonna come on and do it. And I just hope, people come in and tune in and, they share it, because, we finna go in. Now we on YouTube. Now we fixing to put a lot of information out. I love y'all, and I'm out.